Look, you're being really stubborn right now.
No, I'm not stubborn. I'm just trying to save my space.
Yeah, but taking your space takes your space.
No, like this is your feet.
Yeah, but it is your feet.
Look, we agreed that
Can we keep it quiet?
No,
Can we keep it quiet?
No.
you're breaking all the agreements. We agreed that just one of us we're going to take.
No,
one
we didn't
space.
agree on anything.
No,
You
you're making
agreed
noise,
that
but
you
now you're
just your hands
Your arm is on
close
my
to
arm.
you. Can you just move a bit? Ah, that's my feet.
Shut up.
No, it's my feet. Like, give me some space.
Okay, I'm
It's
giving
really
you some,
crumbled.
I'm giving you some space, okay? Okay, I'm giving you.
And why did you decide to bring that thing?
I didn't bring, like,
I told you
this
to
is
bring
my
your
stuff.
stuff.
I told you to bring my stuff. Stop touching me!
Ah, I'm touching you.
No, don't.
Where am I?
Come on!
Where am I touching
Hey!
you? Where am I touching
Ah.
you? Huh?
No, hey,
Where
I'm taking
Hey, shh! Jesus. Can't you see that? Might be wondering about us right now.
Guys, it's really dark in here.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid to tell you something.
What's actually?
I don't know. I might be scared of the darkness.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. But,
Uh,
wait, I remember I brought a flashlight. It's kind of like to the right, so if you
oh, but not
move-
again.
Yeah.
Don't move me.
Yeah, well,
Oh, where
you
is
went
this
to
light?
the place of the flashlight, so I just have to wait. If you wait,
Okay,
oh, I found
Oh.
it.
thank you.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Oh, you
Wow.
feel now a bit better?
Wow.
Also,
Very cozy.
what?
But
Is
can
it,
you
is
just
it
move
not?
like
Yeah,
now we have lights, so we can adjust ourselves.
Okay. I'm a bit nervous, so can I smoke a cigarette? Do you mind?
Yeah, go along.
Oh, now I have to find it also. Oh, look, I really think this is...
Can we put this aside and then we can move?
I don't have a lighter. Does someone have a lighter? I'm so sorry. This is so inconvenient.
Yeah,
I know.
wait,
I'm so sorry.
Ow! Oh, man!
Okay. Ah, yeah. Found it.
Oh, thank you. So, do you wanna hear a story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I was stuck in the pockets of a little girl. She was so little that she was almost going to disappear. She wanted to become a line. No, a dot. And then nothing more at all. No, she didn't want to become a dot. A dot didn't seem right to her. She was obsessed with numbers. She wanted to become a number. Just number 1, she thought. Or no, not number 1. Oh, she wanted to become number 0. And then nothing more at all. The girl did not live on her own. She lived in a round house with a cow and her parents. The cow was huge and the girl was very, very tiny. The cow and the girl drank water from the same pool next to the house. The pool was round, just like the house. And when the sun would be at the right spot in the sky, the wrinkles of the water would come through the windows and reflect on the ceiling.
Wow.
And the little girl would sit at the dinner table, looking up for hours, watching the dance of the waves. The cow and the girl drank water from the same pool, till she didn't drink anymore. Because numbers don't drink water from a pool. Zeros don't need water. So she stopped drinking and kept her lips closed. And the girl's skin became so dry, with flakes falling off, eyelids red, and eyeballs glazed. Just glazed.
Mm.
She became a glazed number. Counting.
1,
2,
3,
4
5,
6.
hours without water.
6 days without water.
In the beginning, no one really cared. The flakes dangled loosely around her body, well, making her look like a baby chicken. But aren't all the little girls a little bit like baby chickens?
1,
2,
3,
4,
5
6.
weeks without water.
6 months without water.
The little girl sat often at the table, looking at the water's reflection. Piles of skin forming around the chair. Sometimes she would sit for hours at the table. The piles would become so high that you couldn't see the little girl anymore. Her parents would take shovels and brooms and buckets and wheelbarrows and whatever they could get their hands on, digging a hole through the pile of skin, trying to release her from the mountains of skin that formed around her. The house soon became a house full of flakes, floors covered by thick layers of carpet skin, windows blurred by skin, curtains and pillows dusty from skin. Not a single object that wasn't covered by her skin. And as the months passed, she had become so dry that even vacuuming constantly wasn't good enough to clear out all the skin. The little girl could not take her bike to school anymore. She would blur the visions of the cars by creating a snowstorm of skin. So from now on, my mother had to bring her by car to school, holding the driving wheel in one hand and the vacuum in the other. But after a while, even that was unattainable. She would flake off too much skin, causing the hoover to get stuck and the car fill up completely by flakes. And her parents got so worried. With every skin layer peeling off, she seemed to look more like a zero and less like a little girl.
Oh,
Is it okay if I smoke another one?
yeah, you can.
Of course,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
The parents brought the little girl to a special woman,
Oh, the special woman.
hoping she would make the girl drink again. The woman was a wizard of reconversion, promising to make the little girl's skin smoother than ever. The parents brought her there every week. The little girl, however, didn't really want to go there. Yeah, she had made up her mind, and no one would hold her back from becoming a zero.
Poor petite girl.
Yes, poor girl.
Mm-mm.
When her parents would be too tired, they would make her go on her own even.
Mm.
They would bring the little girl to the train station and leave her there. She would sit on the train all by herself, looking out at the other people, all of them going somewhere, and she needed to. But she needed to, and so she cried.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I was sad too. I didn't like that the little girl cried, and I also didn't like to go there, but I always did.
Yeah, and after a while we went to.
Yeah, we did.
As the little girl walked over the driveway left from the house, she would peer through the windows, watching the wizard family baking chocolate bread, stringing beads, or drinking chocolate milk out of soft pink cups. Yet, every time she peered through, the window confronted her with her own reflection. She saw how the wind blew her skin everywhere, with the flakes whirling around her. She couldn't help but think that she looked like these plastic figures in snow globes. And then she understood. She was still not a number. Not even a 1, let alone a 0. She was just a snowman stuck in a snow globe and got shaken by everything and everyone. One more time, heartlessly, she knocked on the door of the woman, who let her in, wide smiling, offering peppermint tea. And she screamed,
Women! I don't drink tea. I'm a zero. Zero don't drink water. So they also don't drink peppermint tea.
but the woman couldn't hear her, because the girl was really stuck in a snow globe. Whatever she screamed, it would never make it through the thick layers of the glass ball. In the beginning, the wizard woman tried to reason with the little girl, but she would simply not listen. So she tried smearing the little girl's skin with passion fruit butter, but the skin just wouldn't become moisturized. Instead, even more skin flakes started to peel off, leaving greasy stains everywhere. The woman, in turn, got desperate. This girl was really turning into a zero.
And that's when the woman brought in the water device.
Ah.
Yeah, the device was scary.
Yeah, it was so scary.
The woman blindfolded the little girl, and then she grabbed the water device and placed both her hands and
Oi.
feet on it.
Oi!
Oh no.
This evil machine measured through the dryness of her body. How many numbers the little girl had lived before turning into a zero.
So the woman told the little girl that they were going to measure her dryness every week. And if water percentages weren't increasing...
Oi,
They had
oi.
to start doing water therapy.
Oh no!
Oh, man. Forcing water into the girl's body.
The little girl had read about this therapy in the newspaper. There were these places where they would keep other kids who wanted to become a zero, or
So
who
scary.
dreamed about becoming a hydrogen,
So scary.
with only one singular atom.
Or helium with a smaller atomic radius.
Or just an electromagnetic component.
So, some of them even wanted to become a hole, a black hole, or just
Yes, yes, some of them even wanted to become infinite, like closer to a zero than a zero. These kids were just kept in one place where other people, the adults, were trying to fix them by using different magic tricks. The adults tried to heal these kids from their wishes of becoming something.
something more.
Or even something less.
Yes, or even something less.
One day, there was this little other girl. She was only 2.5 numbers left from becoming a black hole. The adults saw how her body transformed more and more into a hole. Desperate as they were, they didn't know what or how or to stop this little girl from becoming a black hole.
So they started doing the water therapy on the girl. They inserted a tube into her body, letting water flow into her again.
The girl cried and screamed and told them to stop.
She cried and told them how much it hurt and how she couldn't breathe.
But the adults didn't listen. They thought she was pulling tricks on them, just as they were pulling tricks on her.
They had put the tube wrongly, and instead of filling up her veins and organs with water, they filled up her lungs.
The girl swell and swell and swell, and her lungs just became fuller and fuller and fuller.
And she screamed.
I am becoming a water balloon!
But the adults didn't listen.
Her lungs got fuller. Their edges became as thin, almost transparent, as the plastic of a balloon filling up with water.
Until it snapped. And there she laid on the floor, shattered into different colorful pieces, water everywhere.
The little girl remembered this story of the little other girl ending up as a splattered water balloon. She felt how her lungs just became tighter, as if they were full of water.
But no, what happened to the other girl wouldn't happen to her.
No, it wouldn't, because the little girl was very smart.
Yeah.
She learned how to trick the device.
Yes.
Yes, and that's why she brought me with her.
And then later, all of us to the woman.
Yes, she brought us all to the woman and hid us in her pockets. The device would send a small electric shock through the body of the girl, but also mine.
Oh, yes.
Would therefore measured
Very
both the
painful.
girl's water percentages and ours.
Well, when the woman would take off the blindfold, she seemed content. You did drink some water this week, didn't you?
Yes, I did. The girl was a good liar.
And so more and more of us came to join the pocket.
In the beginning, things seemed to work out perfectly fine. But soon, we would not be enough anymore.
As the days grew cold, the little girl grew drier and drier. The temperature dropped, and the frost formed around her flakes, making her skin shimmer. A snowman without a globe.
As the girl lost drastically more and more water, her skin became so pale, transparent at the edges. Her hair turned into soft glass and fell out. Even her nails became brittle, breaking off at its ends. She had to wear thick socks and gloves to protect them from falling out.
Her parents felt helpless. They didn't dare to touch the girl anymore, scared of breaking her by the slightest touch.
At first, the little girl had enough with a couple of stones she could find in her garden. But as she grew drier, she needed more of us.
So she also collected the ones from the school's backyard,
Yeah.
her way to school, and everyone along the railway.
She's so sweet.
She wandered endlessly at night, looking for more of us. The night was her friend. Its darkness would safeguard our secret, her skin flakes disappearing in its blackness.
Before she had fully understood herself, she had gathered every single one of us from her neighborhood. She still needed more help, though. So desperately, she sat on the edge of the bed, pleading for help.
So then, we called for Stones nationwide to join us. From all over the country, Stones would come and join us in our pockets.
And quickly, these pockets became way too full.
Yes, it got really cramped in here.
Yeah. There is no space to stretch your legs even for a little bit.
As a solution, she started sewing new secret inside pockets in her jackets, pants, and t-shirts. She would spend hours in her room sewing new pockets and fixing holes in older ones. As she climbed into her pockets, the seams of the clothes trembled under the weight of her fragile shoulders, bend under the pressure.
She liked the new curvature of her body, though. Closer to a
Zero.
When holding a device, her arms would shiver, her legs buckle, her neck bend over.
At first, she didn't seem to notice, but as the seams started to fail, a hole started to form in her bucket.
And it grew bigger and
bigger,
And as the turn of the steam broke the silence,
She dropped the device and pulled off the blindfold.
And they were eye to eye.
oh, panicking!
The woman still wanted to grab something,
But only a split second later, the whole pocket system collapsed.
oh my God! What the fuck?
Oh my
I'm
God!
sliding!
Your turn.
things to say though, like always.
Perfect. Oh, my audio person is over there. I want to thank somebody. I want to thank Ruud because Ruud helped me so much. Because they do so much hard work. Then the second thing, I basically want to thank a lot of people, but that will take me too long. But there's a thing, I need to clean this all up, right? So if everyone would like to place their chair on the card, I'm gonna get it out. That would be really nice. I hope you enjoyed it. Come talk, if you have feedback, come talk about it, I would say, to us. And free Palestine, and that's all I have to say. So.